Hello students, welcome back. Today let's discuss Deterministic Finite Automata or DFA. It is also called as DFSM, means Deterministic Finite State Machine. Before we get into the definition, let's know what is an automata. An automata is a state machine. So, why the name Deterministic Finite Automata? As I said, automata is a state machine. Why finite? Because the number of states in the machine are finite. And deterministic, from one state, on acknowledging a particular input, the machine makes a transition to a definite state. So the move is deterministic. Hence the name deterministic finite automata. It is also called as DFSM, Deterministic Finite State Machine. Now let's see what is the definition of this DFA. So a DFA is a five tuple or quintuple. M means machine, A means automata. So M or A equals Q sigma delta Q naught F, where Q is the set of states, sigma is set of input symbols, delta is the transition function defined from Q cross sigma to Q. Q naught is the start state and F is the set of accepting states. So this is how we define DFA. Now let's see how to solve the problems. So let's see the first problem. Obtain a DFA to accept strings of A's and B's starting with A. Okay, so the question says sigma equals A comma B. That is, the input symbols comprises of A and B. Now, starting with A is the question. So let's have some sample strings that is starting with A. So I have written few strings. What is the minimal string we can have is only A. The string A is starting with A. Now let's see AA. This also starts with A. Triple A. This starts with A. AB. It starts with A. ABB. This also starts with A. ABAB starts with B. Anything starting with B is not accepted. So B, BA, BB, these strings should be rejected. So let's see how we can do the design for this. We will have a start state Q naught. This start state is always represented by this arrow emerging from nowhere. So Q naught on A goes to Q1. So this Q1, the minimal string is A. Q naught is the start state, Q1 is the final state. After we get A, anything comes, whether it is A or B, we remain in the final state. So, from Q naught on A, we go to Q1. From Q1, whether you get A or you get B, you remain in Q1. Now, from Q naught, if we get a B, we go to a state Q2. So these inputs. So from here, whatever we get, whether it is A or B, we remain in Q2 itself. We call it as a trap state. Because the question says the string should be starting with A. If the string is starting with B, this should not take us to the final state. Now, what is the definition? M equals Q sigma delta Q naught F, where Q is Q naught Q1 Q2, sigma is A comma B, Q naught is the start state, Q1 is the final state. Now we will have to write the transition functions. So Q naught on A goes to Q1. Like we will have to make a transition table. See, these are the states Q naught, Q1, Q2 and sigma, the inputs are A and B. We will have to see what is Q naught on A. So Q naught on A goes to Q1. Q naught on A goes to Q1. Now Q naught on B goes to Q2. Q naught on B goes to Q2. Q1 on A goes to Q1. Q1 on B also goes to Q1. So Q1 on A is Q1. Q1 on B is also Q1. Q2 on A is Q2. Q2 on B is also Q2. So Q2 on A is Q2. Q2 on B is Q2. This is the transition table. The same can be written as a transition function. So this is the transition function. Q naught on A goes to Q1. So Q naught on A goes to Q1. Q naught on B goes to Q2. Q naught on B goes to Q2. Now Q1 on A is Q1. Q1 on B is also Q1. Q1 on A is Q1. Q1 on B is also Q1. Q2 on A, Q2 on B, both are Q2. So Q2 on A is Q2, Q2 on B is Q2. So this completes the 5 tuple. 4 tuples we have already seen. This is the delta. So after doing this, we will have to see how to accept a string. For accepting a string, we should have the transitions. So let me take a string AA. So to start with, I am in the start state Q0. So I have taken the string AA. Q0 on A. Q0 on A goes to Q1. So Q0 on A goes to Q1. Now I am in Q1. Q1 on A. Q1 on A goes to Q1. So Q1 on A goes to Q1. Q1 is the final state as we can see. So the string is accepted. Now to reject a string. How to reject a string? See, this string I have taken BA. So the string is not starting with A. It should be rejected. Let's see how we can do this. Q0 on B. So what is Q0 on B? Q2. Q0 on B is Q2. Once we are in Q2, whether we get A or B, we remain in Q2 as we have seen. So Q2 on A is Q2, Q2 on B is Q2. So Q2 on A is Q2. The string is rejected. So hence the problem. Thank you.